Hey everybody. For this show I came up with a new saying, lead, follow, or get out of the way. Um
I
I think
like
I
it.
was the one that came up with that one.
Of course you did.
And it seems to apply for this series this show. There's a lot of leadership, following, and getting out of the way, so to speak.
Yeah. Oh, Riker. Oh my goodness.
Bless
Excuse
you.
me.
Wow. There's a bonus sneeze for us.
and I've
The
been and I've been screwing with my headphones all night too because like I had the ones that like I could just flip it up and mute it or I could hit the button, but this one I can't do any of that. So yeah, this one what
That's
you talked about that was from Riker, I believe. When he was talking to somebody, I think in 10 forward or I want to think or I don't know, I can't remember, but one of these. But yeah, leadership was definitely on the menu to lead,
yeah.
follow, or get out of the way. Somebody said it. Sounds like
Actually, that was from our podcast for uh, Idiocracy
oh,
that we also do.
okay, yeah, that's true.
Well,
Okay, that
a
okay, yeah. I was
a
thinking
little.
it was. I thought Riker would have said that, or but you were quoting from. This is my fault because I didn't pay attention. Like I think of either that's true or the old Dodge commercials from not so far long ago, like where they had lead follower get out of the way, whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, horrible co-host over here. So, but no, I'm definitely earning my rookie pay today for sure. But yeah, that
Yeah.
is a callback to our show, raising idiocracy, and we hope that we wish that you would maybe if you like us on the Star Trek end, you'd pick us up on the movie end. Or maybe the middle part of the week, we are comic book nerds, and we do our grab bag show as well. But yeah, I like it.
All right. Yep. So this is our sixth installment here. We're up to episode 15. Looks like moving
Yeah,
right along. We're on the
we are.
tail end of or the back end of season one. And I think once we finish season one, we may take a little bit of a break to
Mhm.
cover the Strange New Worlds.
Yes, looking
But
forward to
uh,
that.
but yeah, so this episode's too short a season. And again, these are all episodes I have not seen before, so they're all new to me. So this is our first, my fresh impressions of them. And Mike has seen these a time or two before, and
Yes,
has his own
yes,
uh,
absolutely.
ideas on
I
it.
I think you know what. Yeah, is it working? Yeah, it's working. Sorry, I just want to make sure. Sorry, I that was my fault. Yeah,
Is this
too
thing
short.
on?
Yeah, boy, I just flew in and my arm's tied. Yeah, so this one we see too short a season, episode 15, like you were saying. What were your thoughts about this one? I think this is in my mind, this is where, in my opinion, this half of the back half, the side B of season one, this is where we're in it. We're starting to see some relationships meld. We're starting to see some solid acting because Patrick Stewart knows this character very well. Many would disagree with me about Riker. He didn't really hit his stride, in my opinion, until he got his beard. I mean, there were proto Riker, but it wasn't as well refined Riker as we all know and love. But of course, this is your first watch through this. So,
Mhm.
what was your opinion on? What was your take on
Mhm.
this episode?
Yeah, it's all pre-beard for me so far, but but yeah, no, yeah, I noticed while the credits were rolling that Rob Bowman directed it again. He's
Mm-hmm.
our our go-to director so far in this season.
Yep.
And he's also a director of the certain X-Files episodes as well. That's where I know his name from. But we have a hostage negotiation that the hostage takers want a certain admiral to be the one to handle the negotiations, where he has previously handled the negotiations 45 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I noticed right off the bat was the horrible old man makeup, so I knew something was going on there.
Yeah, they sometimes they stick the landing on the makeup, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, and
It was
for
very
the yeah, for the
interesting.
late 80s, it was probably as good as you were going to get for television as far as makeup. But yeah, I knew he was going to either de-age, or that his they were going to do some flashbacks when he was young, which I kind of figured out there wasn't going to be any flashbacks because the person that was his contemporary in the past during the negotiations, they actually had an older character in that role. So I kind of narrowed it down to something with the de-aging or something with that. So and I was correct. He
Yeah.
decided that he wants to meet his old rival at his most viral or virile, as they say, so to speak. And so he takes some de-aging stuff, and that doesn't work out too well for him. He did a double dose, and instead of becoming a baby, his body just couldn't handle the de-aging process at one point, and kind of
Yeah, that's the end result, I believe, of that
yeah,
particular clip there, or
uh,
picture. Yep,
with his golden haired beauty with him, his wife.
yep.
Um,
His
yeah, there was some nice scenes where the old admiral wants to states that he's going to be in command of the negotiation party, and you can see
right.
that. And Patrick Stewart did some good nonverbal acting, that showing that his feathers were being ruffled as far as
Hmm.
command. He wanted to stay in command, and throughout the episode he had some issues with it, and he had his way of getting around
Yeah.
that command. As far as you said that all the actors are sort of settling into their characters, and
Hmm.
whether or not they were great actors or not, they were getting comfortable in their skins to where they knew their range, and the writers knew their range and was playing to it. However, the guest stars, that wasn't the case in this. The old man character, I forget the name of him, the character, or
Okay.
the Admiral
Jameson
Mark
something.
James, yeah, Mark Jameson. Yeah, he his acting it was okay at times, and others, whenever he was struggling with the pain, it seemed like it was reminiscent of Sanford and Sanford and Son.
Oh God! Oh
It's
God! You kill me.
it's the big one. It's the big one.
That's funny. Yeah. I would say for the most part, the observation is true. Really, when if we do get into season two, that's like where it's kind of like a redo of season one in some ways, because we have some characters stick around and some characters go away. But that's just kind of the name of the game. But for the most part, the core definitely Patrick's. Well, he gets it down good. This was good. I do. I enjoyed this one. I think it's a couple ticks above mediocre. It's
Yeah,
not saying
yeah,
much, but
yeah. You had an interesting story. Like I said, the acting wasn't always all there, and there was a bit of a mystery as far as what had happened in the past, and
right.
they
Cover
played
up.
that. Yeah, they played that well.
They did. They did.
And
They're getting better with these storylines where the intricacies and the details kind of stick out more. And they do a good job for that, I think. And that's increasingly true as we go on. But yeah, I
Mhm.
like this one. Not my favorite of all, but it's far from like the creature of the week,
Yeah.
or why are we trapped on this planet? Episode Infinity, but it's good. Yeah, not much to say, I think, going on.
Mhm.
But moving on to
Mhm.
yeah.
The other one last thing is, I noticed their phasers. It just looked like the little hand vacs or whatever. I just can't.
Dustbusters.
Yeah, Dustbusters.
That's funny.
I just don't see any being very threatening.
Oh
Having
man,
those
that
Dustbusters coming at you.
man. Oh, I have nostalgia. I was so. I think it was the mid '90s, or it was the early '90s, and they had the toys were starting to come out, and I had saved up to get the tricorder version
Mhm.
because I didn't. The phaser was cool, but like I didn't. I never saw it as a dustbuster. That's funny. It is. It is. I mean, that's funny. But I fell in love with it. I got the little toy tricorder. I don't have it anymore, but I was fascinated by it. I think of course I was like 10 or 11 in my defense. So
Yeah, set phaser to dust busting.
that's funny. It's a joke my dad would say, something like that. It's funny. Yeah, and with that, we go into a little bit more serious one in the when the bow breaks.
And notice Kim Manners directed this. He's also another X-Files director that I know him from a bunch of
Awesome.
I think he directed one or more of the movies as well. Looks like he directed yeah.
51 episodes on the X-Files, and
Hmm. Yeah.
wow,
Oh,
that's
looks like he
cool.
directed some of Supernatural. That's my older sister's favorite show.
I know people that love the hell out of that show. I just never got into it. I've heard it's good, but I think it was on
Yeah,
for like a decade too, like 10 years.
yeah, and it's probably something,
We
if
should probably.
yeah, if everything, if the whole landscape of television shows weren't so saturated, it would be tempting to get into it, but there's so many episodes. And I the idea of a 10 episode season or or 25 episode season is kind of a bit more intimidating with that many shows. But yeah, it's probably something that we would probably both enjoy. But you know
I think so. It will be interesting to look into one day. It's on the radar. I'll say that. And here we have our modern day link to today. Looks like he did some 21 Jump Street episodes with a certain famous actor who is
yeah.
currently making the headlines for a famous other thing that's happening, which is fine. Anyway,
Yeah.
pulling it back to yeah, this one was
Well,
it was good. It was I liked it. I liked it. But what were your thoughts about this cloaked planet and infertility again?
yeah, it's very reminiscent of a classic Star Trek episode. As far as how it plays out very much like an old Star Trek episode. You could tell, budgetary wise, that they weren't going to spend a lot on casting, so that this whole cloaked planet, seemed to just have 5 humans, older humans on it, and all they needed or wanted was 6 kids to
Right,
help
right.
repopulate this whole planet. So yeah, obviously, if they had the money, they would have probably had a whole big planet of people with and beam down like a more than 7 kids.
Right, right. Well, and this one Wesley was wearing his famous we've been talking about his sweater, but this is also one of his famous rainbow bright tunics that he wore throughout the time. This is like one or two times he wore it this season anyway.
Yeah, and and um I was there was a bit of a twist in that Wesley wasn't the one to hack the computer. His brainiac idea was to go on a hunger strike.
You
So
know, that sounds like what real Wil Wheaton would do nowadays.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, because of the limitation as far as budget and being able to scale it to a level, because my I kept thinking, you're gonna have 7 kids repopulate your whole planet?
It doesn't
How's
make
that?
any sense.
How's that work? But yeah, but story wise, it's good, and I'm sure when they were writing it, they didn't realize that they weren't going to be able to maybe scale it the way they should for it to really play off. If they did it today, obviously it would be a big budget episode, and
Right.
you would if you didn't want to hire that many people, you could CGI them in and whatnot. But yeah, yeah, it was a solidly written and acted. The actors were all very good in it, except for the little kids. I mean, but what are you gonna expect? There's a movie reviewer I like watching, Adam from Your Movie Sucks, and
Yeah.
he's always going off on the bad acting of kids. He goes, well, if they're actors, they're actors,
Right.
you,
Right.
you
Right.
can't really discount it. I mean, they're getting paid to act, so you should be able to review and say when the acting's bad, and you can kind of discount it because they're kids, but the acting is acting.
Right. Right.
which
Yeah, that's
which
true.
is true. And if it's a bad actor, it does take you out of it.
It
And that
does.
they did play up the little cutesy scenes with the kids quite a bit, with the little girl wanting hugs from Picard.
Yeah, they that becomes kind of a thing where Picard, he really doesn't like he doesn't really generally like children in general, but
Mhm.
that's kind of like a recurring theme.
or
But
or or touchy feelies.
yeah, no, he does not that kind of guy, which is funny. It's funny how that character morphs over time, but not really. But yeah, they do a few of these kind of things throughout the thing with like younger actors and kiddos. I think a couple famous kiddos came through. There's one particular episode, but I think it's way further along in seasons 5 or 6 that I'm thinking of. But anyway, not I don't have enough detail to tie it into this one, aside from
Yeah, yeah. And,
it's it's a known
I
thing.
I they played it very very wholesome with the people on the planet and whatnot, because when they were when they were handing out the kids, when they handed out the little girl to the creepy old musician, my alarm bells were going off, but I guess with the with this show, obviously they weren't gonna go that angle, but
Right, right, right,
that
right.
that that was yeah, that was um
Many
and that
decades
yeah.
before that first came to mind.
Right, yeah, that like I said, it was the they treated the people on the planet almost childlike themselves, so in
Yeah.
that their dependence on their all-knowing computer, and so I guess that was wouldn't play with. And also their youngest person looked like she was in her mid to late 30s, so they haven't been around kids and for
You
quite
know how to
quite
deal with
some
them.
time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is another thing too, like where there's some kind of a definitely borrowed the concept of a central computer or central something or other controlling,
Hmm.
the inhabit in some kind of way. That's also a classic Star Trek thing. We run
Hmm.
into many of the classic Star Trek things that are done well enough. I think
Yeah.
this one is not too far too well done, so to speak.
Yeah, no, but
It-
I did enjoy the Picard and Riker's enthusiasm for finding this this mythical planet
right.
that you don't always see Picard perk up and get excited about something,
Yeah, they try
or,
to make
or
that.
or visibly show it.
Yeah, they try to show him like be happy like when there's like just pure science going on or something like that. He does occasionally
Mhm.
show joy for that, but yeah, this one was
And
it was good. It was
and
good.
without explicitly telling you about the relationship between Riker and Picard, that scene shows you that they have some what of a camaraderie and
Hmm.
kind of a like-minded things for certain things, and they're both aware of it, and um can share in that enthusiasm.
Yeah, no, that dynamic too is a classic one. I remember growing up around 92, the 92 election. There was a famous a trope or a meme. I guess you'd call it meme nowadays, but a T-shirt that was Picard Riker 92. But that wasn't. We weren't too far away from that point in time from this point. But that was when Star Trek. That was when the Next Generation had hit its stride for sure, and starting to embed itself in the cultural subconscious.
Yeah. Becoming a little bit more than just the niche nerd.
Yep, standing on its own to step out from that shadow of the original series for sure. Cool. Well, with that, it rolls us on to episode 17, Home Soil. This one was another good. But what were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think it was probably the best one of the bunch.
Yeah, so.
It was written well, and there was a bit of a mystery going on as far as what's going on with the planet. What was the terraforming crew, what they were being secretive about,
Right.
And we learn. I love their little jumpsuits. Those are pretty snazzy.
Yeah, they're very interesting coveralls, whatever. Or
Yeah.
looks like it anyway.
If we were cosplayers, we could maybe do up some of those outfits.
Who are you dressed? Like a super obscure Next Generation character set that you don't even know, bro.
Ready to terraform. I'll terraform your ass.
You can see that. Oh man.
Yeah, and if you go back to that picture, you can't say enough about the that late 80s mullet there.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yep. That was that gentleman was trapped in his own time. I know what era you were casted from.
And that's our alien species there that we discover. And then it's a light.
The invisible, the talking light. Yeah, this talking. No, that would be the talking Tinkerbell. The alien Tinkerbell trapped in a glass jar.
Oh, and then I'll mention whenever stuff that I'm aware of Star Trek, and one of them that I'm aware of is we had a coworker, Bill, who would always say to me, what was it? I'm gonna get the probably the quote wrong because I haven't seen the episode yet. But I see 3 lights, or there are lights.
Yeah, I see 4 lights. Yeah, or no, you see 5 lights. Yeah, that's from a famous one where Picard was taken hostage by the Cardassians, and then it was that I won't say too much more, but yeah, interesting. I didn't know he said that.
I didn't know there was a crossover with the Kardashians, so but
yeah, no, these were the good Kardashians, the good old fascists, break their government in half because they make very poor decisions. Aliens, not the human versions, not the human terraformers version.
So Kim doesn't show up. All right. Well, that's probably good for all around. So Bill would say that around me, and then he couldn't believe I hadn't seen Star Trek.
That's funny.
So these light creatures in this episode made me think of that quote.
That's funny. That's fun. That's a good catch. Yeah, this was a good. I agree with you. This one was probably the better one of the 3 this week. But again, this is like that good solid chunk. They don't suck, but they're okay. They're okay good. Okay good.
Yeah, and it shows you that sometimes simple is better. Just having that little light there as the creatures probably work best as far as something with the giant forehead or something.
Agree with that completely. I wonder if Corey Allen, the director, has any crossover with X-Files, just out of sheer curiosity. I don't think so, but well, I don't know what it's doing, but it's not going to load things. So that the answer is no.
And also, it shows that Data is a badass off screen, where the that laser was attacking him, and he was able to disable it by
Big like a
himself.
chain.
Of course, yeah, we didn't see him do his android kung fu or whatever he does. But yeah, like when they finally get the doors open and Jordy gets in there, they was like, yep, that took care of it. I was almost thought he was possessed because he was so calm, but he's, I guess, being Data. It's like, yeah, I took care of it.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Data is the, I guess, superhero powered kind of sort of character-ish. And Jordy is too a little bit, but from the standpoint of being able to see things that,
Was this
and then Troy also, like with their little, I can feel the feelings, not the thoughts, but the feelings.
Mhm. And doing these sort of little mini binges of 3 episodes, I sometimes I'll get them mixed up, since I don't normally take notes. But was this the episode where um Worf was asking a question and the computer answered, but he's like, no, I'm asking him, and he points to Data. No, I was asking him.
I don't,
which
I don't, I don't, I can't remember honestly.
which which was kind of interesting in that I like that scene in that both the Data, the android, and the computer have the same information, and both are accurate because they're both working off of computer data. But Worf relates to Data because he's human, or
Right.
he sees him as human to an extent, whereas the computer is something he doesn't want to deal with.
Right,
Talking
right
to
on.
him.
Yeah, the most memorable thing though that I do, and I can't believe that I almost missed it. The ugly ugly giant bags of mostly water.
Oh yeah, I meant
Like
I meant to say something about that. That's
I actually quoted that not too long ago, but anyway, it was it's just funny how that was like maybe a month or two ago. But anyway, that I don't remember the Wharf Data scene honestly, so I can't do it
well that
justice. Like I
yeah.
I don't keep notes for these per se, because I've seen them before, but I try to rely on memory
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
that week's viewing.
And then I think that ugly giant bags of water was going to be the name of the channel before we changed it to the first last the Nerdom.
Could be, it could be. It's a very funny one. The kind of quote that gets quoted a lot. And then the lights one you said, and then there's another one, Darmok when the walls fell, whatever. That's like
Mhm.
a huge niche thing that was nobody knew about until probably later on. But anyway, it's
Mhm.
the Reddit crowd knows about it anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, this was a good. This is a good one. And I said, his Rainbow Bright friggin' tunic here comes back.
Yeah, that's yeah, if I was to give a description of a Wesley Crusher, I guess that would be how I would describe him with that particular outfit on.
Yeah,
That's where most of the pictures or references I saw was him in that particular outfit.
yeah, that he is. That's a '80s reference that definitely fits for this '80s show.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad to see the orange sweater retired, but
We
um,
might see it again. We might see it again.
yeah, we'll have to see.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, this one, I think we're getting toward the end. I think there's 25 episodes total. So like
Yeah.
we're within striking. We're like 2 weeks left, I think, if we keep doing three. And I think the last one will only be the last two, but whatever it is, we'll yeah, because this will be 18, 19. I'm not even gonna. I've screwed up the order before, so I'm not even gonna pretend that I know.
Yeah, I think how I figured it out, because we just watched 18. So if we do next three, it'd be 19, 20, 21. So the last episode we do, we may either do four or do three, and then
Yeah.
one with the final episode. I'd probably lean more towards go ahead and just finish it off with all 4 last episodes.
I agree with that. Yeah, I'm anxious to jump into Strange New Worlds, honestly.
Yeah. So we'll have a couple more episodes. Is the if you jump to the last episode, it's not a double episode or
Cliffhanger? I don't think so.
2 hour episode.
Holy shit! I jumped ahead. Oh, that's, you know what? Not me. I forgot. Excuse me. You have to do this coming of age. Neutral zone.
Neutral zone. There it is at the bottom. If you click at the
25.
top, yeah, at the top it'll say.
I think
how many minutes it is. It's it's only a regular episode, 46 minutes.
I think the one before that was I think Conspiracy was a, god damn it, stop jumping around.
No, it's 46. So
okay, never mind.
Yep. Yeah, if they're all just 45-minute episodes, then yeah, I think we could go ahead and finish up the last 2. Yeah, a little behind the scene workshop here, but yeah, so we'll do 2 more episodes of our watch of Next Generation,
1, 2,
and then
3. And then we'll do the last, well, whatever. Well, we'll do the next 4 next week, and then the final 3 in 2 weeks. Yeah, because this is that's right. So and actually we're coming up on one of my favorite episodes of all time too. It'll be so we'll do 18, 19, 20, 21, and then that'll leave us at 22 through 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that'll leave us with 4 and 4 or something like that. I don't know, whatever. We'll figure it out. But yeah, if you're down for cramming in 4 or whatever, I'm down. I'm down because like we're in the final stretch, and it is wrapping up, but it does get better. I think. In any case, that concludes our Thomas's first watch through of your first trek through. What did I say? The first trek through TNG. It took us halfway through or most of the way through to come up with a good thing. Kind of cool. All right. Well, and I'm really excited to finish this one out, and then jump on the Strange New Worlds, because it's in full swing right now. I've from your review, I've also heard glowing good things, good encouraging things too. So I'm glad to hear from you that they are doing good. We'll see.
Yep. Cool. Well, we'll see you next week. And
see you next week.
Yeah, keep on trekking.
Keep on trekking.